Look at the stock of Nucor go. The best steel maker in America has seen it go run from 102 in late September all the way to just under $170 now, including a monster 8% move today in the wake of what I just can only call a stunning quarter. Even though steel prices have come down from their highs early last year, Cramer fave Nucor keeps putting up excellent results. That's not supposed to happen. This time, they've delivered a big revenue beat paired with a magnificent 73-cent earnings beat off a 416 basis. This is all the more impressive because Nucor pre-announced a narrow guidance range just 2 weeks ago before the end of the quarter, and today's numbers were much, much better. At the same time, management gave some very bullish qualitative guidance for the current quarter. Like I said at the top, the hedge fund playbook says you need to sell stocks like Nucor at this point in the business cycle. But with so much federal infrastructure spending about to hit and the possibility of the Fed engineering a soft landing and so many really smart acquisitions, I want to stick with this one. Don't take it from me. Let's check in with Leon Topalian. He's the chairman and CEO of Nucor. Get a better read of the quarter. Leon, welcome back to Mad Money.
Thank you, Jim. I appreciate you having me today.
Well, I've got to tell you, the investments that you've made in the future, last year, when everyone told me that you'd be lucky if you earned, say, $8 to $10 in 2023, are already paying off. Can you tell me about adding capability, not capacity?
Yeah, absolutely, Jim. Our team is firing on all cylinders, and what you're seeing today is the culmination of a group of 31,000 like-minded people executing at a very high level, generated over $40 billion in revenue, $11.5 billion in EBITDA, over $7.5 billion in net earnings, and sitting on $5 billion worth of cash. And all of that, Jim, to say, and you know this, that we share our profits back with our team in profit sharing, and that check this year for what our team produced last year will approach $1 billion that will return back to our team below the officer level. So I couldn't be more proud of how they're executing. But the acquisition front, as you just mentioned, is going incredibly well. CHI, which was the largest acquisition in our history, which we acquired and closed on last summer. Expectations were for, at that time, about $230 million of EBITDA at about a 13x multiple. Finished the year at over $320 million of EBITDA, bringing that incremental EBITDA multiple down to about 9. And so they've done an incredible job. It's been a seamless integration into Nucor, and again, positions us for higher highs and continued growth as we move forward.
Okay, so Leon, I think that there are people who have heard that steel prices went down, actually down significantly. So they would presume that a company like Nucor, the largest, has no choice but to follow that down and not do nearly as well. But instead, you even gave mid-December guidance, and you crushed that guidance. Can you explain to people at home how the price of steel going down does not necessarily correlate with how Nucor does?
Yeah, absolutely. If you think about Nucor as the safest, cleanest, most diversified producer in the Western Hemisphere, we're able to, depending on what market may be down, Jim, other segments are up. So our sheet prices softened in 2022. Our products divisions earned record performance and record highs. And quite frankly, most of our product segments that we move into and into the market set all-time highs in profitability. And again, we expect some of those trends to continue well into 2023.
You mentioned the terrific let's say, distributions you made to your workers, which is fantastic. But you're able to return $3.3 billion to shareholders via dividends and share repurchases in 2022. I mean, that's about the number that people thought you would earn. There is a tremendous mystery between how you could give out that much and then come in the next year even stronger. So what's in the DNA of Nucor that allows that to happen?
Well, it begins with the 31,000 team members that execute incredibly well. I couldn't be more proud to serve them and serve alongside of them. But Jim, our growth strategy, our capital allocation strategy, as we talked about, means that Nucor's position today, not 5 years away, that we can provide the steels that are required today. Think about the CHIPS Act, and you and I have spoke about this, $55 billion in funding. That translates to about 27 different projects, of which that advanced manufacturing sector is discerning, and they need and want cleaner products. Nucor can provide the solutions for them to meet their objectives in sustainability now, today, and well into the future. And that positions us incredibly well as we think about infrastructure, the IRA, automotive, as well as, again, the CHIPS Act.
I'm glad you mentioned IRA and the CHIPS Act. I happen to have the good fortune of being with two of the three largest companies that are going to be the contractors. They'd be the ones that are going to be awarded. Third one's private. They didn't want to talk to me. And I said, where does Nucor fit in? And they said, well, you have to understand, we have to get the contracts, and we have to put them out for bid, and then the money just goes to Nucor. And, I mean, you both said it. I mean, it seems to me that all of the spending for infrastructure, for bridges, for tunnels, for the big plants in Ohio, all I keep hearing is that this is coming Nucor's way. Can you even handle all the business that's coming?
Yeah, absolutely. Bring it on. We couldn't be more excited. Our team's ready. We're well positioned. We're well funded. We're well structured. And again, the most capable manufacturing army assembled anywhere in the world to meet the needs. And again, the capabilities, Jim. We're not about growing. We don't care about size in terms of capacity. We're providing a differentiated value proposition. And again, the demand today from our customers is to meet their incredible needs in terms of safe steels, sustainable steels, and delivered on time and in the right quality. And we're, again, able to do all of that today.
Do you think people know you're the largest recycler in the country?
I'm sorry, Jim, what was that?
That you're the largest recycler in our country.
We are the largest recycler in the Western Hemisphere. Yeah, we are, and have been for a long time. As the green movement and the E part of ESG has come to fruition really over the last few years, Nucor's been the largest recycler going back for a very long time. And again, we're not staying where we're at. So while others are investing hundreds of millions or billions to get to where Nucor is at today, in 5 and 10 years, we're not going to be where we're at. We're going to continue to accelerate that growth and driving our carbon footprint from 0.4 tons of CO2 per ton of steel down to next to zero. And again, today we can provide net zero steels. In 2023, we expect that to be pushing 1 million tons of net zero steels into places in the automotive sector, in the HVAC sector, and the advanced manufacturing sector.
Well, look, I think that the numbers are going to be gigantic for this year, but even bigger, according to my sources, and certainly not disagree with it, in 2024. I want to thank Leon Topalian. Leon's the chair, president, and CEO of Nucor. Great to see you on the show again.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate you having me.
Mad Money's back after the break.